What if the life you escape into every day suddenly became a crime scene? Every single morning, at the exact same moment, a train slows down at the same red signal, and every single morning, a woman looks out the window at the same row of houses. Most passengers barely notice. They scroll through their phones. They stare into nothing. They count the stops until they can escape the ride. But Rachel watches. She watches one house in particular. From the outside, it looks like a life carefully arranged to be admired. A neat garden, clean windows, a couple who seem close, familiar, safe. The kind of life people imagine when they think they've finally made it. Rachel doesn't know them, but she gives them names. She imagines their routines, their conversations, their happiness. She believes they have everything she lost because imagining their life is easier than facing her own. Rachel's world has quietly fallen apart. She's divorced, she's unemployed. She pretends to go to work every day so no one will know how badly things have unraveled. Alcohol fills the empty hours and blurs the nights. Entire pieces of her memory have gone missing, erased by shame and regret. But this train ride, this brief pause at the signal, is the one thing that still gives her structure. Watching that house makes her feel connected to something stable, until one morning, something changes. In the few seconds before the train moves again, Rachel sees something she shouldn't have. A moment that doesn't belong in the perfect story she's created. A detail that feels wrong. She can't fully explain it, but she knows it matters. And then suddenly the woman she watches is gone. The disappearance hits Rachel harder than she expects. She can't stop thinking about it. She's convinced she witnessed something important, something the police, the husband, and everyone else might be overlooking. But there's a terrifying problem. Rachel doesn't trust her own mind. She wakes up with bruises she can't explain. She has flashbacks that feel real, but may not be. Entire nights are missing from her memory, and the more she tries to remember, the more she realizes that forgetting may have been protection. As Rachel inserts herself into the investigation, the story begins to shift between three women. Rachel, the outsider, desperate to matter, clinging to fragments of truth. Megan, the woman from the house, vibrant and restless, trapped in a life that looks perfect from afar but feels suffocating inside. And Anna, the woman now living the life Rachel once had. She has the husband, the house, the child, and the stability Rachel lost. But her sense of victory is fragile. Rachel's presence unsettles her. The past refuses to stay buried. Through Megan's perspective, the illusion of perfection slowly cracks. Her confidence hides deep loneliness. Her freedom masks unresolved trauma. She is running from memories she doesn't know how to face, making choices that pull her closer to danger. What makes this story so disturbing isn't just the mystery of a missing woman, it's the realization that everyone is unreliable. Each woman tells her own version of events. Each believes she understands the truth. But memories are distorted by fear, guilt, and desire. Perception becomes a prison, and slowly the story forces you to question everything you thought you knew. As Rachel digs deeper, the line between observer and participant begins to blur. She gets closer to the house, closer to the people inside it, and closer to a version of herself she's been trying to forget. Fragments of memory resurface, arguments, emotions, moments she'd buried under alcohol and denial. She begins to understand that her blackouts weren't meaningless gaps. They were hiding something unbearable. The night Megan vanished wasn't random, and Rachel wasn't just watching from a distance. She was involved. As the truth tightens around her, small details suddenly feel dangerous. Conversations shift. Trust erodes. The person who seems most comforting begins to feel deeply unsettling. The final revelation doesn't arrive in a loud, dramatic twist. It arrives slowly, relentlessly, piece by piece. The truth forces its way to the surface. The real threat isn't a stranger in the shadows. It's someone familiar, someone ordinary, someone who understood exactly how to manipulate doubt, memory, and silence. By the time everything becomes clear, there's nowhere left to run. The train, once a symbol of escape and fantasy, becomes something else. A reminder that watching from afar doesn't make you innocent, that avoidance has consequences, that truth demands to be faced, because lies can survive for years, but memory always fights back. The Girl on the Train isn't just a psychological thriller, it's a story about how fragile reality really is, and what happens when the stories we tell ourselves finally collapse. And when the train stops, there's nowhere left to look but the truth.